The rain does not ask if the earth is hungry. It falls. It saturates the soil, turning dust into mud, turning the solid path into a slipstream where footing is lost and men stumble. The wind does not care if the trees are thirsty. It tears the dead leaves from the branches, stripping the wood bare, leaving only what is strong enough to hold its ground. Nature is indifferent to comfort. Nature operates on the brutal efficiency of survival. There is no seasoning in the storm. There is no sweetness in the frost. And yet, look at you. Look at the soft, rounded edges of your existence. You sit in a climate-controlled box, shielded from the elements, and your greatest struggle today was deciding what flavor you would lay upon your tongue. You treat your body not as a weapon to be honed, but as a pet to be placated. You feed it when it whimpers. You give it treats when it begs. And in doing so, you have become a slave to the basest, most primitive instinct of the animal kingdom. You have mistaken the fuel of the machine for the purpose of the machine. You pursue the taste of good food, and in that pursuit, you have lost the taste for iron. Consider the sensation of the modern feast. It is not a ritual of sustenance. It is an act of sedation. You eat to feel something other than the hollow echo of your own thoughts. You eat to bury the anxiety of a life unlived. The sugar hits your blood like a drug, a fleeting spike of dopamine that tricks your brain into thinking you have achieved something, that you have hunted and killed and earned the right to gorge. But you have killed nothing. You have hunted nothing. You walked to a refrigerator. You tapped a screen. You sat in a chair that cradles your spine, so you do not have to hold yourself up. And as the heavy, rich, salted sludge fills your stomach, your eyes glaze over. The fire in the belly is extinguished by a flood of comfort. A full man does not want to fight. A full man does not want to create. A full man wants to sleep. He wants to lie down in the warmth and let the world pass him by. This is the death of the spirit. It is a slow suffocation, buried under layers of unnecessary consumption. Miyamoto Musashi understood the danger of the full belly better than any man who ever walked the path of the sword. He did not write the Dokkodo, the way of walking alone from a palace. He did not scratch those 21 laws onto the scroll while sitting at a banquet table, wiping grease from his chin with silk. He wrote them in the Regando cave. He was an old man, his body failing, the cancer eating him from the inside. His time on this earth measured in breaths, not years. He was preparing to die. And in that cold, damp silence, stripped of all worldly possessions, staring into the void of eternity, he looked back at the traps of the human experience. He saw the chains that bind men to mediocrity, and he wrote, "Do not pursue the taste of good food." Why? Why would a man facing death care about the menu? Because Musashi knew that the discipline of the mouth is the discipline of the mind. He spent his youth wandering the wild provinces of Japan, a Ronin with no master and no home. He slept in the rain. He walked until his straw sandals disintegrated. He faced 60 men in combat, staring down the edge of a razor where one mistake meant his head would roll in the dirt. In those moments of absolute life and death, do you think he was concerned with the texture of his rice? Do you think he lamented the lack of sauce on his dried fish? No. Food was utility. It was wood for the fire. It was necessary to keep the muscles contracting and the eyes focused. Nothing more. To pursue the taste, to chase the pleasure of the act, is to give power to the senses over the will. When you are traversing a snowy mountain pass, seeking a duel that will define your legacy, you cannot be distracted by the growling of your stomach. If you are accustomed to luxury, the deprivation of the road will break you long before the enemy's sword ever touches your skin. The man who needs his meal to be perfect is a fragile man. He is easily disrupted. If the salt is wrong, his mood shifts. If the meat is tough, his focus fractures. He is at the mercy of the chef, at the mercy of the harvest, at the mercy of the world. Musashi demanded absolute independence. To be a fortress that cannot be breached, you must sever the dependency on pleasure. If you can eat cold, hard rice with the same equanimity as a king's feast, you are free. The world has no leverage over you. You can go where others cannot go. You can endure what others cannot endure. But look deeper into the philosophy. It is not just about survival skills. It is about the corruption of the soul. Gluttony is a form of lust. It is a desire to take more than you need, to indulge the senses until they are numb. When you pursue the taste of good food, you are training your mind to seek instant gratification. You are reinforcing the neural pathways that say, "I want, therefore I should have." This is the antithesis of the steel mind. The steel mind says, I need, therefore I will do. I want, therefore I will deny. Every time you say no to the craving, you sharpen the blade. Every time you say yes to the indulgence, you let the rust set in. The modern world is built to exploit this weakness. Walk through your cities. Look at the glowing signs. They are temples to hunger. They are engineered to bypass your logic and speak directly to the animal inside you. They use colors, smells, and sounds to trigger a biological response, forcing you to consume. They do not sell nutrition. They sell entertainment. They sell a momentary escape from the gray reality of your existence. And you buy it. You buy it because it is easy. You buy it because the discipline required to abstain feels too heavy to carry. You tell yourself, I deserve this. You deserve what? You deserve to be slow. You deserve to be soft. You deserve to be a slave to a chemical reaction on your tongue. Musashi saw the lords of his time, the soft men in the castles. He saw them growing fat on taxes and peace. He saw their swords rusting in their scabbards, their armor becoming ceremonial decorations. He saw that as their tables grew fuller, their spirits grew thinner. They pursued the taste of good food, of fine sake, of soft women, and in doing so, they lost the warrior's edge. They became administrators of their own comfort, terrified of losing what they had gathered. Musashi owned nothing. He carried 2 swords and a spirit that could cut through stone. He knew that the more you possess, the more you have to lose. The more you need to be happy, the weaker you are. If you need a 5-star meal to feel content, you are a pauper. If you can find contentment in a bowl of plain water and the silence of the morning, you are a king. This is the battle you face every day. It is not a duel with a rival swordsman. It is a duel with your own biology. The enemy is in the pantry. The enemy is on the menu. The enemy is that voice whispering that it doesn't matter, that one more bite won't hurt, that you can start the discipline tomorrow. But tomorrow is a liar. There is only now. There is only the plate in front of you and the choice you make. Do you eat to fuel the mission, or do you eat to forget you don't have one? Imagine the Ronin on the road. The fog is heavy, obscuring the path ahead. He has walked 30 miles today. His feet are blistered, wrapped in rough cloth. He stops by a stream. He pulls a small wrapped ball of rice from his pack. It is cold. It is hard. It has no flavor but the grain itself. He eats it slowly, chewing thoroughly, extracting every ounce of energy from the simple starch. He drinks from the stream. He is satisfied. He does not wish it was something else. He does not fantasize about roasted boar or sweet cakes. He accepts the reality of the moment. He is grateful for the fuel. And because his mind is not clouded by the desire for more, his senses are fully alive. He hears the snap of a twig 100 yards away. He smells the rain coming before the clouds turn dark. He is present. He is dangerous. Now contrast this with your dinner tonight. You will likely eat until you are past full. You will mix flavors and textures, overloading your palate. You will watch a screen while you do it, barely tasting the food you worked so hard to pay for. And afterwards, you will feel heavy. The blood will leave your brain to aid your digestion. Your thoughts will slow down. Your ambition will dull. You will not hear the twig snap. You will not smell the rain. You will be vulnerable. If the enemy came for you in that moment, the enemy of crisis, of tragedy, of necessity, you would be too slow to draw your sword. This is not about starving yourself. The machine needs fuel. The warrior must be strong. But there is a vast ocean of difference between nutrition and indulgence. Musashi's rule is, do not pursue the taste. It is the chase that degrades you. It is the prioritization of flavor over function. When the taste becomes the goal, you have lost the way. You must learn to look at food and see it for what it is. Protons, neutrons, electrons, energy. It is a log on the fire, nothing more. If it tastes good, fine. If it tastes like ash, fine. The result is the same. The engine runs. The mission continues. You must reclaim the authority over your own hunger. You must break the conditioning that tells you every meal must be a celebration. Most meals should be a chore. They should be a simple act of maintenance, done with efficiency and forgotten immediately. When you strip away the pleasure of food, you are left with a void. And this is where the magic happens. This is where the steel mind is forged. In that void, you will find out what you are actually hungry for. Are you hungry for success? Are you hungry for strength? Are you hungry for a legacy that will outlast your bones? Or are you just hungry for a distraction? To understand the depth of this rule, you cannot simply agree with it intellectually. You must feel it in your gut. You must experience the cold clarity of the fast. You must experience the rebellion of the body and the tyranny of the mind. You must crush the insurgent voice that demands sweetness. Therefore, you will undergo a calibration. You will enter the crucible of the Ronin. For the next 7 days, you will strip the joy from your table. This is your instruction. This is your command. For 1 week, you will eat only for survival. You will consume a single ingredient per meal. If you eat chicken, it is boiled, unseasoned, white. If you eat rice, it is plain. If you eat vegetables, they are raw or steamed. No salt, no pepper, no sauces, no sugar, no drinks but water and black coffee or tea. You will not eat until your stomach growls loud enough to be heard in a quiet room. You will not eat until you are truly empty. And when you eat, you will stop before you are full. You will leave the table wanting more. This 7-day walk through the desert will reveal the weakness of your spirit. The first day, you will feel annoyed. The second day, you will feel angry. Your brain will scream for dopamine. It will try to bargain with you. Just a little salt, just a little sauce. Why are we doing this? It will tell you this is pointless. It will tell you that you are suffering for no reason, but you are suffering for the greatest reason of all, to prove that you are the master of the house. By the 4th day, the food will taste like dust. You will dread the meal. Good. This is the death of the pursuit. By the 6th day, something will shift. The fog will lift. Your energy will stabilize. You will realize that you do not need the flavor. You need the fuel. You will look at a piece of plain meat and see it with a predator's eyes, pure sustenance. And when the 7 days are over, you will not run back to the buffet like a starving pig. You will return to the world with a new relationship with necessity. You will eat, but you will no longer be eaten by your desires. You will sit at the table, and the food will be there, and it may be good, but you will not cling to it. You will not pursue it. You will take what is offered, fuel the machine, and turn your eyes back to the horizon, back to the path, back to the war. Musashi died in that cave. He left the world with nothing but his swords and his words. He did not take the taste of good food with him. He took his honor. He took his mastery. He took the absolute certainty that he had lived a life of uncompromising discipline. What will you take with you when you lie on your deathbed? Will you remember the meals you ate? Will you remember the fleeting sweetness of a dessert? Or will you remember the times you denied yourself? The times you stood in the rain and refused to seek shelter? The times you sharpened your will against the whetstone of hardship? The path of the warrior is a lonely path. It is a path of subtraction, not addition. You must cut away everything that does not serve the ultimate goal. The pursuit of taste is a heavy backpack. Drop it. Leave it by the side of the road. Walk lighter, walk faster, walk hungrier. The empty stomach is an alert stomach. The alert mind is a dangerous mind. And in a world of fat, slow, satisfied sheep, the dangerous mind is the only thing that survives. The rain continues to fall outside. The world is cold and indifferent. It does not care if you are fed. It only cares if you are ready. The steel does not care about the hand that holds it, only that the hand is steady. Steady your hand, quiet your belly, open your eyes. The feast is over. The training begins.